Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, episode number 30 for Thursday, September the 11th, 2008. Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, the daily video blog where I review a movie 7 days a week. My name is Leland Brunner, and thank you very much for joining me. The film I'm going to review for you guys today is the 1978 film I Spit on Your Grave. This film is written and directed by Mir Zarchi, I don't know how to pronounce it. But this is a very notorious film. This is about a young woman who spends the summer away from New York to write a book in a small and kind of out in the middle of nowhere cottage. As she gets there, she starts writing her book, and these group of men keep kind of harassing her, and ultimately four of these men end up raping her. And this film, a lot of the film is actually this woman being raped. It's very brutal, very disgusting. It's very in your face. After this happens, she's very sad, and she essentially goes on and takes revenge against all of her rapers, I believe. I don't know. Yeah, so this film is incredibly notorious for its brutal rape scenes. This film has been banned in many countries. I know it's been cited as having one of the longest gang rape scenes in film history. It's brutal. This film is incredibly brutal. It is violent. It makes you feel gross, and that's really all this film achieves at all. Supposedly the writer-director, I read, made this film kind of as a tribute when he was in New York with his daughter or something. A woman climbed out of Central Park and she'd been raped and she was completely naked. And he wrote this film as a kind of tribute to her. I think that's a horrible thing because this film is really ugly. I don't understand what the point is. You can tell that someone who made this was trying to kind of say something about feminism and about sexual abuse, but it really doesn't do any of those things. It's really just an ugly film. All this film really says is that rape is terrible. And, that's a really controversial idea, that rape is a terrible thing. The other problems that I have with this film are kind of more with the revenge genre of film in general. This is very much by the numbers revenge story. We have opening setting, then we have the character emotionally, physically beat down, and then her revenge on these people plays out. And my problem with that is, in films like this, instead of making us care about the main character or giving reasons why we should like them, they just beat them down and try to make us feel sorry for them. And all this does is create contempt for the brutalizers, and in this case, the rapists. And that really doesn't make an interesting film. All you do is watch these horrible things and you feel horrible about it, and then you watch her do horrible things to these people, and it doesn't make an interesting film. It's very much on the gut level. It really doesn't entertain my brain in any sort of way. It's just, it's like setting up bowling pins and knocking them down over and over again. I struggle with watching movies like this because it's very much one-trick pony. It's just, if you've seen one revenge film like this, you've pretty much seen them all. But I have a lot of problems with this genre, but there are exceptions. I love the movie Lady Vengeance and Old Boy, which is kind of a revenge story told from reverse. Also, Once Upon a Time in the West is a fantastic revenge film. There are exceptions, but this movie just fell into every single problem I have with films like this, and it was just so tedious to watch play out. I do not recommend this movie at all. I think this movie has a very notorious and controversial past, and it's completely undeserved because this film is garbage. If you're in a country where this film is banned, your country's really doing you a favor by not letting you see this movie, because you will be just as disappointed as I was. Pretty much every idea in this film that is presented has been achieved elsewhere in better films. There's like hints of other movies in this, and it's just bad. It's garbage. I give this film a 1 out of 5. I think it's an ugly film that was trying to say something about feminism and about sexual abuse, but really just falls flat and is a bore. Yeah, skip it. Friday, I'm going to be going to see Burn After Reading, so I'll have my review of that up on Saturday. If you guys are liking my reviews, make sure and subscribe. If you have any recommendations on any films you'd like to see me review, leave them in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.